absolutely do. And they're going to be opposite of what you might think they are. Lots of people think, oh, I made $1 million, $5 million on a closing. Like, that is hands down my most memorable closing. I'm going to take it in a different direction. I have really two that stand out, hands down, two most memorable closings I've ever had, and they were losers. They weren't winners. I did not make money. I'll tell you two different stories. So the first one I'll touch on was Sloan's Lake area. I want to say it was 2717 Lowell. I believe it was my second pop top. So what a pop top is you take a ranch style home, and on top of that ranch style home, you're going to basically remove the ceiling and put a second level on top of that. There were multiple mistakes made in this, and then some things that just completely and totally caught me by surprise. I'll start with what caught me by surprise because at this point in time, it's funny. I mean, we're talking, this was 11 years ago. We get in there, I own the property, I've got the GC on site. We're at the place where we need to take the roof off the building. And to this day, I've been in thousands, if not tens of thousands of homes. I've never seen anything like this before. So when they built this home, they put rebar in the walls and poured the walls out of concrete, and that's not that abnormal, that's fine. What was really surprising is when they got to the ceiling, they bent the rebar and put a rebar cage above. So imagine just a structure, a cage of rebar, and they monolithically poured the concrete. So we're supposed to pop the top. We've got to take the roof off this thing. Never in a million years did I dream that we were going to be removing a concrete ceiling and a bunch of rebar. And that had a whole set of downstream challenges, which made it complicated. In addition to that, I had a lot going on, and I gave the general contractor, in my mind, too much control. They had control of some finishes, more control than you would typically give as the developer. They took that as an opportunity to go ahead and try some things out. We had these obnoxiously fancy floors that we couldn't keep clean. You could clean them, dust them, mop them, whatever the hell you wanted to do, and you come back the next day, and even if somebody had reasonably clean shoes, you could see the footprints all over the floor. By the time you fast forward, we've built it, we've got a buyer, we're headed to the closing table. Closing was memorable because we went through so much craziness to get to a place of taking a loss. So a lot of time and effort. When the closing was done, the loss was a known. And leading up to that, you don't know what you're losing. So you get it built, it's way over budget. Okay, that's a problem, may not be good for the financials in the end. But then you get it on the market, and we've got these floors that I already described, and we're struggling to keep them clean. Feedback from buyers isn't great, and we're making price reductions. Well, until you actually get to the closing table, you don't know where your loss is going to be. I mean, maybe at contract, but then you've got inspection items to deal with. You've still got to go through appraisal, things of that nature. So it was memorable, frankly, one of my favorites, because when I left, it was finally done. I could reflect back, I could learn, and I knew what the damages were at that point. So I was good.